Hey guys, we're here with the all-new 2020 Ford Escape. We're taking a look here at the SE Hybrid model. Now, the Escape has been fully redesigned for 2020, especially the front fascia. It's an entirely new look, doesn't look really at all similar to the previous generation Escape. I enjoyed the large front grille, and we have a little bit of a larger Ford envelope up front. New lighting. I do enjoy this LED accent. I think it's a nice design touch. But I think my favorite thing would be the all-new wheels. I think they look really sleek. They're two-tone, as you can see. They match this black paint color really nicely. It sort of ties the whole look in together. It makes it, look pretty upscale. Again, we have nice LED lighting here in the rear. SE badging. Hybrid. All-wheel drive badging right there. Dual exhaust. We have the Escape text, updated lettering. Fair amount of space in the back here. Seats fold down, 60-40 split. Headrest right here. It's on the side though. It would be nice if there was a lever up top too. The only way to get to it is from the passenger doors. Automatic lift gate. But as far as styling, I like the shape. I think this vehicle fits well in the segment from a styling perspective. Looks like we had a little bit of issue here with the closing. I think it was my bottle here. But you have the buttons right there. Check that out. There we go. Again, nice styling points. I think they have made it look a little more like a car than before with the exterior styling, which I think is what people want. The interior, however, in my opinion, is a little bit cheap. I'll tell you what I mean. These buttons here, which they're also using on the new Explorer, I feel like they're pretty plasticky. They're pretty cheap, especially compared to some other vehicles made by Kia, Hyundai. So yeah, as far as the fit and finish and quality, the buttons a little cheap. I'm happy they did a little bit of design here in the door panels. Makes it look better. I also really enjoy this new digital gauge cluster here. I think they've done a really cool job with that. There's also different drive modes, which is unique that each drive mode has its own design. So as you can see, the Eco mode has a little bit more of a clean look to it. You can move over to the Sport mode. As you can see, the dial here becomes red for the speedometer. It also keeps the engine on at all times except when stopped at a stoplight for additional power. Slippery mode, so a little bit of snow. Looks similar to the Eco mode. It looks a little more glassy though. And then when we're ready to do some real off-roading on our Escape, hit the sand dunes, hit the desert. You can see a little bit of sand there in the bottom left. And then normal. So yeah, I think it's a really cool gauge cluster. Definitely enjoy it. I like the little touches they added. We have lane departure warning down here. Distance guided cruise control. And then if you're too close to a car, it will show up yellow or red. Green is good following distance. So it's nice to have that. I think it keeps you aware. Lights. Auto. Steering wheel, again, the material here, the leather used, it's pretty granular. Obviously, it's not real leather. I think they could have done a better job using higher quality materials. This looks pretty good. The piano black finish. It gets dirty quickly, though. Same with this up here. Again, this car is around $30,000 as it is. So, it's a pretty good value. I would say this car really excels when it comes to driving. Very impressed. You can easily get 55 to 60 miles to the gallon around town driving. So I think that's really saying something of a vehicle that's this size. Be able to get that kind of fuel economy. If you're doing a lot of city driving in the 25 to 35 mile per hour range, no problem to get even 65 miles to the gallon. On the highway, we're hitting around 45 easy, 50 miles to the gallon. So it exceeds fuel economy projections from my driving with it. I've been driving this car for over 5 weeks now, and it's been a real pleasure to drive. It's a really good daily driver. It's pretty quiet inside. It really, it handles well. I'd say that this car, from a driving perspective, is very good. I think the only area it sort of falls short in here is the interior design and quality. It's a little, the design's all right. It's nothing special, and the quality is a little bit below average. But, if you're really just looking for a good daily driver that's not too expensive and you want to get incredible fuel economy, then I'd say that this is a really good option. Driver assistance, have plenty of different options here. As you can see, lane keep, free collision, blind spot, grade assist, driver alert, traction control, etc. We have navigation as well. Even the base sound system on this vehicle is pretty good. Speakers are located down there, passenger and driver, of course, and we have little tweeters up front, up in the windshield, up there. 2 buttons for the sunroof, which I like, so you're not confused. One's for the shade and one is for the actual roof itself. But again, here's sort of those little quality issues I'm talking about. I mean, you can see that hasn't been fully put in there. It's not ideal. Huge sunroof though, which is nice to have. Comfortable enough seats, average amount of legroom in the back. We have an electronic shifter here, and then L for high regen. That's the this is the drive mode control button. This is for the auto brake hold. I really appreciate that button for driving in traffic, which I've had to do in this car. It definitely makes driving in traffic easier. And then lane departure warning right here, this button right there. You can see the lane slide up there when you haven't engaged. Otherwise, a solid vehicle for around $30,000 for a hybrid that gets incredible fuel economy and is still somewhat fun to drive, especially in sport mode. It changes the gearing, makes the CVT feel like an actual transmission. It does a good job with it. And, it has a nice little bit of punch, again, below 40, 50 miles an hour. So, it's actually more fun to drive than I was expecting it to be. Good handling, good steering response. Again, it's quiet inside at highway speeds. So again, highs would be driving dynamics. I think that this car probably drives better than the others in the segment, although I haven't driven them yet. Definitely cannot imagine them driving any better. And then as far as the downside goes, again, the interior quality, these buttons, steering wheel materials. Again, you might not care that much about it if you're just looking for a daily driver, but still something to be considered. Well, that's all we have for you guys today. Thanks for watching.